think it's pretty obvious from Jesus' example and from the Bible that we are called as Christians to welcome the stranger in our midst.
Jesus was an immigrant.
No refugees, of course, they have experienced the same as Jesus did.
We're reminded of those who leave unsafe places to go find safety and refuge.
In the name of the heavens, I beg you for lodging.
We are telling you, we won't let you enter.
Las Posadas is a beautiful a celebration that comes from Mexico. The idea of Mary and Joseph looking for a place, they could not find a place, they were knocking on several doors. In a sense, as immigrants, it's pretty much the same. It feels like we're not welcome. We want to change that mindset.
We have a station exploring kind of what are the categories of people who come to the United States. If you are an unmarried adult child of a permanent resident, most people are people who started the process in November of 2010 are just now being served. This is your place in line. When you got in line in July of 1996, the government is just now saying, next, and you're next. Married to a permanent resident, you are separated from your husband or your wife for 2 years. This is exactly why people do it illegally. I'm sorry, that is not a profession that requires 2 years of skilled labor experience. You can go home now.
Javier decided that the way that he could try to help stay away from deportation was to be housed in a church, in a United Methodist church, in fact. The Sanctuary Congregation is a congregation that has agreed to open up a space within the church building to provide temporary emergency shelter for an immigrant or refugee family. In Cliffs, the United Methodist Church is in the process right now of becoming what we call a sanctuary congregation. So it's buying time, right? It's giving a space to have time for those people to do that.
And we're here to talk about the experience of those who are returning from prison or jail to become stable and move forward in life.
But when you are released from jail, you essentially go from a ward of the state to homeless.
The church took a risk. We said, we know there's homeless people that are hanging out outside the church, but we'd like them to come in the church. And that first night, 22 people from the homeless shelter, from having slept in the park, from under the bridge, from everywhere, came just because we had food.
There's just something about that little bitty church that was so welcoming.
Amen.
Because I'd been to other churches before where I wasn't so welcome.
The war started, broke out. And then they started to flee from their home where they were. Children were still small, no English or nothing.
Lodging I will give you.
It's easy to stay in good place, but God is calling us to do something for others.
We're called to make that shift from seeing people as burden to a blessing.
This is our ornament here that says, breaking up families and immoral law, God all-powerful, grant that we may rid ourselves of the works of darkness.
Amen. Are the things that keep us from opening our hearts to people. Break it. Yeah. Please take a piece of candy. This is a celebration of a new way of thinking about returning citizens.